Hello everybody and welcome back to the Spotlight. I'm your host Nick Candela, and as you can see we have a cast of characters here on the set as promised. We have the 501st Legion here. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Kevin, and a little bit more about what the 501st is.
Certainly. I'm Kevin Johnson. I am a member of the 501st Legion, which are the bad guys of the Star Wars universe. I'm also a member of the Rebel Legion, which is a separate group, but they are the good guys.
Okay.
Each state is divided up into different types of chapters. So I'm here representing the Great Lakes Garrison, which is a chapter of the 501st, and also the Great Lakes Base, which is a chapter of the Rebel Legion. What we have here is we have Mike May, who's in our Stormtrooper there. We have Lauren Liss, who's our Jedi Master. We have Mike Leica, who is our Snowtrooper. And then we have Chris Blackstock here, who's our Chewbacca. And of course, we have R2-D2 here.
Absolutely. So. Well, we are really thrilled that you guys took time out of your schedules to come and visit with us. There seemed to be a lot more crew around, kind of staying late after work, making sure they got some photo ops. Once they found out that you guys were coming in, it seemed to be a pretty big deal around the office, so we really do appreciate you guys being here.
We love being here. Thank you for having us.
No problem. Well, let's get into it. Obviously, to become a member of the 501st, there's got to be obviously some diehard passion for Star Wars. Is that kind of how it starts? You just kind of fall in love with the movie? I mean, explain the process of becoming a member.
Okay. I think a lot of it, for a lot of us, it was the love of the movies that got us involved in this. To be part of both groups, there's really only two requirements that you have. You have to be over 18,
okay,
and then you have to have an approvable costume. What's an approvable costume? It's a costume that meets the 501st or Rebel Legion standards. Okay. So if somebody's looking to build one of these, it's simple. You just go to our website, 501st.com or rebellegion.com, okay, start your inquiry there, decide which character you want to build. And from there, you just ask questions. Say, I want to be a Stormtrooper. How do I get this? And you'll get a bunch of people sitting there. You need to talk to this guy who builds the armor. You need to do this. You need to do this.
Okay, now is it like forum-based or
yes,
hotline-based? I mean, seems like, just when you go to the Comic-Cons and you see the people around, it seems like it is kind of a united family of people, and they want it to be done, they want it to be authentic, I guess, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. In the 501st Legion, we have a costume reference library.
Oh, cool.
And those are all the requirements that you need. So if you need to do a Stormtrooper, here's a list of all the requirements you got to have to get approved for your costume.
Now, do you have to be 8 foot tall to be a Wookiee?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, there's ways to getting around.
Right. Like our Chewbacca here is actually on drywall stilts.
Okay.
So that gives him his height. So, and then in the 501st, if you want to do a Darth Vader, you don't need to be 7 foot tall like Darth Vader was in the movies.
Okay.
You could be 5'5" as long as the costume fits you and it looks good on you. That's the thing. You don't want to be 5'5" wearing a Darth Vader costume built for a 7 foot tall person. So it's about how the uniform or the costume fits on you. That's the requirement.
And you can be any character you want. You can pick whoever you want and go with that. I would assume now why not? Why wouldn't everybody want to be Darth Vader? Why wouldn't everybody want to be Yoda? The stars of the show. In my opinion, those are the people that are most popular when you see them at Halloween. Mm-hmm. Now, why would somebody choose to be, Stormtrooper? Just for example.
Personal choice.
Okay.
This is actually my mask. It's a Tusken Raider. It's the first costume I built. I chose a Tusken Raider because when I first saw the movie, I was 3 years old, and it scared me. They scared me when they came on screen, so it always stuck with me, and I thought it was a cool character.
Okay.
So it's just basically it's personal choice. And also, you want to be a Darth Vader, the costume costs quite a bit, so
oh, wow.
It's a money thing too. So whatever your budget fits, you build your costume to whatever you want. But you're free to choose whatever character you want, as long as you meet the requirements and you build the costume according to standards.
That is really cool. Now, you guys obviously make a lot of appearances.
Yes.
We've seen you, Tigers games, Pistons games, everywhere else. But not only that, you work with charities a whole lot. I know Make-A-Wish Foundation is one of them specifically that you guys do a lot of work with. Tell me a little bit about your charity work.
Like you said, we've worked with Make-A-Wish Foundation. We've also worked with cancer groups. We also do children's hospital visits too. Meet with the kids. That's one of the reasons why I got involved in this, not only my love of Star Wars, but I had a passion to help out with charity work. So kind of put the two together, kind of like the greatest invention since chocolate and peanut butter, right?
Right, okay.
So that's why I chose to do this. For For me personally, I'd like to do the charity events because I'd like to see the kids come up, who's battling cancer and anything else. Gives them, something to be happy about and be able to raise the money to get the help that these kids need. So that's why I do this.
Okay, now you mentioned that there were kind of two groups and actually kind of being represented today. You got the good guys and the bad guys.
Right.
What group started first? Did they start at the same time? And is there ever any kind of actual rivalries between the two like we see in the films?
The 501st Legion started first. They started in '97. And then the Rebel Legion came into existence about the early 2000s. In Michigan, we work together with both groups. We all go to the same events. We all invited to the same events because you really can't have a good event without having both groups represented. As far as rivalry goes, of course there is. Just like sports teams, we'll rib each other about, hey, you're just a Jedi. Order 66 took care of you, that sort of thing. But it's all done in fun, and we're all friends here. So.
Really cool. Now, what are some of the events you guys have coming up that we might be able to see you at?
Coming up, we have Motor City Comic Con coming up in May. It's May 15th through the 17th. That's the largest Comic Con in Michigan, and we probably will have about 60 characters there.
Wow.
The R2 builders will have a ton of R2 units there for us to come see. In July at the Henry Ford, we're going to be doing a Maker Fair. So we'll be there that weekend, which is a good experience for people to come to. You can actually come out and see these people who just, the imagination that comes out of these people who build certain things is amazing. And then we have our annual Star Wars Night at Comerica Park with the Tigers. That'll be September 14th of this year. Very
cool. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned the R2-D2 that we have over here to the side of me. I mean, this thing is really cool. I mean, tell me a little bit about it. I mean, you know more about it than I do. I just know that it's moving. It has lights, it has sound. I mean, this thing is pretty legit.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to see in these is the R2 builders because the amount of work that they put into this is amazing and the detail they get into and the electronics. I don't think I could ever attempt to build something like this. I'll end up short-circuiting my house probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. Blowing up the vacuum cleaner.
Right.
Easy R2, easy. Should have went before he came out.
Right. It's amazing seeing these guys and the love that they have for it and the build. We have one of our members in the R2 builders in Michigan built, I think he's one of the first ones that built Chopper from the Star Wars Rebel series. As soon as the Rebels came out, he had this Chopper unit, and it's just amazing. I mean, the arms come out the head, everything else, just like out of the movie.
That's incredible. Unbelievable. Just using stuff from at home, things you can get at the hardware store. I mean, anything is possible. It's unbelievable.
Right. And the R2 builders, they have their own forum thing too. So you same thing. You go onto their website, say, I want to build an R2, and here comes everybody coming to help you.
Okay, so question from our viewers is, if I want to be a member of the 501st Legion, what do I have to do? Besides being 18 and having a cool costume.
Okay, well, the first thing you want to do is if you're in Michigan, you want to go to our webpage, which is www.greatlakesgarrison.com. Introduce yourself and just basically say, I'm Joe. I want to put on your whatever costume you want to build. And we'll direct you where you need to go. So if you want to build a Tusken Raider, we'll send you to the Crate Clan detachment where they will have a list of requirements and where you can get your costume built. Also, we'll invite you to come out to our events. When you see on our website, come out and introduce yourself and meet us face to face and say, I want to be that stormtrooper there.
Right.
And we'll show you where to go, how to build it. We also have periodically through the years, we have what we call armor parties. And what this is we get together at somebody's house and you bring your stormtrooper here and you throw it down and you say, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, sure. So there's about 50 people here and we're showing you how to trim it, how to fit it. How to make it for you, how to paint it, and everything else. So we do this periodically throughout the year to get people more involved and help them build this.
All right, well, it looks like you guys have a lot of fun, especially the events that you go to, everything that you attend, the charity work. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your schedules to come and talk with us today. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Stick around. There's more Spotlight coming right up. Becca Friedman with the word, plus a musical performance. Don't go anywhere. The Spotlight will be right back.